Good as Postman. So basically, I want to just break down this beat real quick. Luxuryloops.com. I use the luxury loops for this beat, and basically, I want to go through, how I put this track together. Now, I understand it's just an 8-bar loop right now. It's going to take me about 25, 30 more minutes to turn into a full track. But once I have this type of loop, which is pretty full, then it's pretty much takes me, like I said, 15, maybe 30 minutes at the most to finish the track. I'll just copy and paste the loop. And then, different parts, just take out some instruments, add an instrument here or there, maybe change the drums up. So, but the basis of the track is done. That's my process, is always to fill up an 8-bar loop, start from there, stretch it out to a full song, and then just pick and choose different parts to take out. I use a luxury loop from the Grammy pack in this beat, actually. And it sounds nothing like the beat that that came with the loop, that came with the pack. Now, I made this beat for rnbproductions.com. I'm going to put it on my beat site and then sell it and make some good money. Hopefully get maybe a major placement. If not a major placement, then, a good independent artist use it and make a good record with it. Now, of course, like I said, just an 8-bar loop right here, but I'm going to stretch it out after this video and then put it on the beat site. So let me show you, first let me show you the loop, because you might be surprised and think like, well, what did the loop sound like? So this is what the full track sounded like that came with the Grammy pack. Let me play that. So that's hot in itself. I could have just looped that up, obviously, but I'm a producer, so I want to do different things with it, put my own spin on it. So let me show you my track again so you can hear the difference. Now you may be wondering, Post, where the hell is the loop at? Well, that's what I love about, first of all, luxury loops, and this Grammy pack specifically. Every sound is broken down into its own file. So, you have the full track without the drums. If you just want that lead, dun, 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 dun. If you just want the piano and start from there. So I could literally take any of this stuff and turn it into a completely different beat. I could take just this right here. And so just from manipulating those, I probably could make 10 or 15 more completely different beats. But I didn't take any of that. Actually, I went to the MIDI files. That's what I love about the luxury loop packs. They come with the MIDI files, so I could go in and really manipulate what I want. I can change the key of the song. I can change notes. I can change the sound. So what I did was took the piano melody, this piano right here, and I took the MIDI files, not the actual WAV file. I like WAV files and everything, but this particular track is the MIDI file. And I manipulated the sound. And what I love, too, about the MIDI files is that I can immediately know what notes is being played. See what I mean? So I don't have to try to guess what chords. And I'm actually learning chords as I use the luxury loop. Shout out to Kev, because he's a master musician. So, I do okay, but I can also learn new things because his style is different than my style of play. So I know exactly which keys he's pressing once I use the MIDI notes. So what I did was turn it into this. I took the piano and turned it into a pad. You hear what I'm saying? So instead of, and then I layered it with another pad. So it's completely different. So that's the beauty of having the loop, is that I don't have to start from scratch. Like, I got a foundation. And it's still my creation. It sounds nothing like what he did, but now I have a basis to start my track and be inspired. Because generally, if I sat down here at the keys without the loop, I'd really be sitting here doing what I always do, probably be uninspired, take me a while to figure something out. Boom, I laid that down. Now again, this is what it sounded like as a piano. So it's fully customizable. So that's what I love about it. And then what I did after that was I said, okay, I got that basis down, but I needed a lead instrument, something that was simple, because again, this is from my beat site, rnbproductions.com. Shout out to Kev. This is for our beat site. So I said, okay, I wanted to make sure a singer could sing over it. So I don't want to put too much on it and make it too crazy, because that's what I find a lot of times producers do. They're producing for other producers, but I'm producing for actual artists. So I want artists to be open enough to where they can get their vocals on top and not feel like they don't know what to do. So then I added this lead just to add some swag to it. And then I layered that lead with multiple sounds. So now it has, you see what I'm saying? So that's one of my little tricks, is you'll layer it with multiple sounds to make it fuller and also give it a little bit more of a distinct sound than anyone else could possibly find. Then what I did was I added a piano. It's subtle. And I usually like to float the piano in there in the background. So you don't even really notice it, but you feel it. You know what I'm saying? Me coming from playing live piano as a kid in recitals, I know how it feels when you just have that live piano feel in the background. And then I needed a bass, so I was choosing that I want to do an 808 or a bass. So I chose to do then I put the hi-hats in there. So this is another thing I think producers could really benefit from, is the drum, is stacking your drums. So you hear the drums. So you hear different layers in the drums. So let's go over that real quick to really, cause let me show you the drums. So what I hear sometimes from producers is really weak drums. And the reason why is because you're not layering. And also another trick is use the first snare could be one snare and then layer it more on the second snare of the bar. So see what I'm saying? And that's one of Kev's snares and one of the drum packs. That's why it has that character. I forgot which. I think it might have been the presidential kit I got that snare from. So if you listen, there's multiple layers of snares. See that? So you got a snap in there. Then you got, and then sometimes I even layer it with here. It's like a little percussion at the drum part. So these are just little tricks you can do in order to enhance your tracks. Just in case you're like, hey man, how do I get my drums thicker? Well, first of all, you gotta have thick sounds that come with it, and the Grammy pack comes with drums, so I like that. And then as well, it's just about layering and stacking it and making sure the levels are right. Then you get a track. So you can get the Grammy pack. It's in the description. Man, I'm telling you, man, like this is one of the best things since sliced bread. Let me just tell you for a second. It's one of the best things since sliced bread, because I remember coming up on the internet, collabing with producers. And one of the things I hated about collabing, I loved collabing because it was creative. You always end up with better music. And any real producer knows that. Now, if you think you're gonna just make beats in your bedroom by yourself and you're gonna make your best music, you're still a rookie at this thing. But any professional producer will tell you it's about the collaboration. And one of the things I always hated about collabing on the internet, no disrespect to no producers out there, I love you all, but we be on our own time. So I used to be like, I'd be excited, like, yo, send me some stuff, let's collab. And then, I'd be waiting for days to get the stuff back and waiting for days for them to send me something. Not because they didn't want to do it. It's just that they get creative in their own time. You know what I'm saying? So then, or you've had the dreaded incident where you send some producer something and you're waiting to get it back, or you send an artist something and you're waiting to get it back and it just take forever. You know what I'm saying? And you're excited and anticipating what it's going to sound like and they just take forever. So what I like about Luxury Loops is this is Kev putting all his ideas into these folders and into these packs, and then now I'm collabing with him and coming up with new ideas and creative ideas and collaborating with him without the process of waiting and seeing for him to come up with something. So I think loop packs like this are genius. Now, you can get loop packs out there, and I know that some of them have recycled loops, or a lot of shit be trash. Excuse my language, I got to be real about it. But one thing I like about Kev is that he understands what is current and what's hot for production today. So I don't have to go in there and do too much tweaking, like I said. But for me, I always want the loop to sound completely different. I want to make it mine. And as you can hear, it sounds nothing like the original beat. And that speaks to the fact that, you know, with the MIDI files, and I could even take one of these WAV files, chop it up. I mean, it's just endless what I can do with one loop. And then you have all these loops. I mean, look at that. You have so many different folders of loops in the Grammy pack. Look at that. So I mean, I could literally come up with 100 new beats just from this pack alone by doing all different dynamics that can be done. Also, you'll notice I changed the tempo as well. So this tempo of his is 120. With the MIDI files, I slowed my beat down to 92 because that's the vibe I wanted to get. So my beat is actually 92 BPMs, and his track with the loop, original loop, is 120 BPMs. So, you know, that's another thing that's awesome is you can, with the MIDI files, you can change the tempo, and you can do that with all the WAV files as well. But, you know, change the tempo and make the loop yours. Also, I've seen some debates about whether or not it's a real producing to use loops and stuff like that. I mean, you know, and I understand that argument. And, you know, one thing I always do is when I hear someone start talking about, you know, you professing their production knowledge, the first thing I ever do is check their beats. And what I generally find 100% of the time is when there's a producer saying, oh, you're not a real producer if you're using loops, make your own loops. I make all my own instruments and all this stuff. You go to their beats and they're always utterly garbage. And that's the thing that I found. It's like these guys who talk all this, you know, oh, excuse me. This thing that popped up and ruined the video. Oh my goodness, this is so garbage. Hold on a second. My device isn't fully protected. Awesome. Now you have just ruined my video. So, anyways, let me go back in on what I was saying. You know, their beats are usually garbage because they don't even understand that first thing in production is about collaboration. It's never been about you sitting in a bedroom and you're going to come up with all these great ideas. All the top producers collab, Dre, everybody, they're not in a bedroom by themselves, just coming up with their own beats 100% of the times. I mean, not even the top online producers are doing that. Usually, the people who think you shouldn't be using loops and it's cheating and you're not really producing are utter garbage. And you listen to their music and it's utter garbage. I haven't heard one legitimate producer say that. In fact, all of them use loops. Everybody who's a professional, because they understand a loop is nothing but collaborating with another producer, with another musician, with another artist. So why would I not collaborate? You know, and then, I mean, hip hop music started with loops. I mean, that's how it started. I mean, it's insane. So, I mean, that's not even an argument. I just want to, you know, touch on that because I've been seeing that a lot in the community. Guys saying, should you be using loops? It's like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just frustrating because as a real producer myself, I don't want the younger producers to start to listen to that garbage. So, I mean, using loops is awesome because it keeps you creative. You get in here, you make your music fast without having to sit there and tinker around for 45 minutes to come up with something that sparks your ideas. I get right to it. This probably took me about 20 minutes to lay down, and then it's going to take me another 30 minutes to finish it up. And now I got a new beat that I can sell. We sell our beats for $5,000 a pop. So, I mean, if an artist buys it, that's $5,000 in our pocket. And split it with Kev, that's 25 a piece. And then if a major artist get it, hell, you know, that's even better. So, LuxuryLoops.com, I used the Grammy loop pack. I showed you what I did. Click the pack down below, and you can get the Grammy pack if you want to go through, use some of these loops that Kev laid down, man. I'm telling you, it's absolutely phenomenal, man. Peace.